I'm Steve Johnson, News Director of theDove TV. Watch more videos from the Dove Newsroom at theDove.us.
Welcome back. What a delight to have with us today retired Army General Chaplain Dr. James Hutchens. He's president of the Jerusalem Connection International and editor of the foremost Christian Zionist online magazine in America, the Jerusalem Connection Report, with the USA emphasized in their name. General, good to see you. How are you, my friend? Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Preston. Glad to be with you.
Well, listen, let's get right to it. Everybody's pretty upset. I haven't seen one poll yet that favors the Iran deal. What's your take?
Well, I agree with those polls. I think it's a disaster. I think it's a prelude to what the scriptures refer to as a catastrophe that's in the making. I think that unbeknownst to the president, certainly at this point, but there is a window that we are now in that will ultimately be reflected in what the scriptures refer to in Revelation chapter 9 as a disaster. Really, it's a nuclear encounter, and as I say, I don't know how long that window is, how long it will take to get there, but that's where we're headed. We are headed for a nuclear encounter throughout the world.
All right, so this obviously has recharged the nuclear arms race. How long, in your opinion, General, do you think Israel will stand by before they go in and make some kind of a military strike adjustment?
Well, I have no idea, actually, but I would doubt that it's a very long time at all. I would expect it to be very soon. They realize the existential threat that they face from Iran, and they'll do everything that they can to preclude that. And ultimately, that's going to require a military action. And so I think they'll do that. Matter of fact, the president has just said, I just saw a statement of his today, that if this deal does not go through, that Israel will be suffering from missiles from Iran. And Israel knows that, and I think that they will take whatever is necessary militarily to see that doesn't take place.
Kind of an odd potential alliance, Israel and Saudi Arabia. What do you think?
I think it's inevitable. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, others in the area that see the threat of Iran. It's kind of a unexpected coalition that's coming together on this, Arabs and Jews, but I think it's inevitable because they all recognize the same threat. And it's a welcome coalition, I think.
With your long-time service, and by the way, thank you, General, for your service, did you ever think you would see the day where we fund our enemies to kill us?
I never thought I would see this day. This is hard to explain. I cannot help but think that the president is doing this ultimately because of the idol that he worships, namely his own legacy. And that's exactly what's happening here. It makes absolutely no sense economically, socially, diplomatically, certainly biblically. But this is the direction he's headed, and I'm convinced he is so solely committed to his own legacy, and he feels that this is going to enhance his legacy. His legacy will be that he has jump-started what will end up as a nuclear holocaust, really. That's what the scriptures refer to it. Scripture referred to in Revelation chapter 9 as an army, referring to an army of some 200 million that come into the Middle East, directed toward Israel, and they destroy a third of the world's population. Today, that would be in excess of 2.33 billion people. That's where we're headed. And we know that. And I think God's people need to be prepared. I was very impressed with your former guest here and the direction that he's taking, that we need to not only be prepared individually, but we need to reach out to those that God brings us in contact with, our friends.
Let me ask you this. You said he might be worshiping his legacy. It appears to me he's more than an Islamic sympathizer. I'm trying to figure out what his ideology would be that would take our only ally and throw him under the bus, Israel, and to give our enemies who want to kill us the money to do it. So what is his philosophy and ideology that would allow this?
But there has to be a walk that substantiates that talk, and that walk does not exist. And the influence of his Muslim father and being raised in Islamic schools, Muslim schools, that's all had a very impressionable impact on this man. And I think that's reflected in the stance that he's taken toward the Muslim world and toward Israel. I mean, he has initiated the distance, the daylight, as he said, and he said there's going to be some daylight between the United States and Israel, and he's initiated that and made that a reality. And I think it's a result of the Islamic influence that's been on his life since childhood. But I still think that his legacy is the guiding light as far as the decisions that he's making today.
Let me ask you this in closing. I only got about a minute. How are you praying these days?
I'm praying for wisdom and understanding based upon the scriptures. There's a lot of prophetic talk out there. I view this whole discussion of the end times as kind of a diamond. And as you turn it before the light, you see different aspects of it, reflections of it. Nobody's got a hold of the whole diamond, but there are many of these scholars and prophetic teachers that have aspects of it that are coming to light. And I think that's going to be. Daniel said this in Daniel chapter 12 that God told Daniel to close up his prophecy until the end times. And I think the closer we get to that, the more we're going to understand what to do and how to pray. But I'm praying for wisdom for God's people. We're not hearing this from the pulpit. We're not hearing end times.
General, thank you. I'm sorry we don't have more time, but your website for those who want to go is thejerusalemconnection.us, thejerusalemconnection.us. You are an inspiration. We will work to get you back and have more time. Thank you for your dedication and your service, and let's connect again real soon, okay?
Let's do it.
Okay. We'll see you.